What is up, YouTube? Today I'll be making a quick video on how to remove your doors on a Toyota Celica, but this should be similar in most cars. Shouldn't be all that different from the one that you're trying to do. And this is all you're gonna need right here. You're gonna need your ratchet, 10mm socket, and a 12mm socket. And should be pretty easy, so let's get right into it. All right, so first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take a look at your door right here. Let me get a better angle. So you see these two bolts right here. These are gonna be 12mm. Right here is my 12, and it's very helpful if you get a smaller ratchet, because it's gonna be a bit of a tight squeeze. Also, make sure to have someone else with you, not really to take it out, but to put it in, because these doors are pretty heavy. So, and if you're gonna do it by yourself, make sure you have something down here to hold the door, something that won't damage it, of course. So there's gonna be two bolts. They're 12mm. This is what holds this part of that little handle right there onto the door and onto the body. And you have the same deal down here. Same thing as up there, 12mm. And then again, you make sure you have a smaller ratchet and use some WD-40 or something, because you are not going to be able to get a breaker bar in here. So there's that. And then you're going to need your 10 for this right here. You can also use a screwdriver if you don't have a 10mm, but yeah, you just go ahead and undo that, and it should, in theory, come right off. And I'm not gonna be doing it right now, but I did want to show someone how to do it, because in the beginning when I was trying to learn, no one told me, and it just seemed like a big deal, but it's really not. So there's these two 12mm. As we come down over here, you're gonna see this plastic right here. So you're gonna take this off with your 10mm. There is a bolt right there's that shiny thing on the left that you're gonna have to undo. And yeah, just, I don't know if you can see it, it's at the very end on this side right there. You can see it a little bit right there. So after you take that off, literally just this 10mm, this should pop right out. You might have to get these out actually in order to be able to pull this out. It comes out just like that. You can just pull this up a little bit, and then you get to see your wires for the door. And let me see if I can remember which ones it was that it was holding it down. So it's most likely should be either this one right here, I don't know if you can see it, that one in the middle, and this one up here, but don't quote me on that because I am not too sure. Just when you do this, follow this thing right here. This is where the wires are connected, and you might want to try to pull them all out. I'm gonna be honest with you, I did the other side and it looked a little bit different, but you just, for now, just pull some wires out. You only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options. It's gonna be the bigger ones. So this one's connected to that blue one, which you might not need, but just try them out and pull it a little bit, and you'll see which ones are actually connected to the door. So there's that. Because the other side, I did the other side, and I actually did remove that door. So same thing on the other side. Just for now, follow this and then maybe pull it a little bit after you unplug all of these. It's not hard. You just do a little clip. There's a little clip at the end on every single one of them right there, and it should come right out. Let me see if I can get this one. Well, apparently I can't. You might have to use a screwdriver, but that should be it. Little recap: 2 bolts at the top, 1 in the middle, 10mm, or a screwdriver, and another 12mm bolts down here. And that should be everything for the door. And then down here, I don't quite remember, but there's only 5 options. Even if you pull all of them out, they're still gonna be right there. So pull some of them out, pull this right here, and you will see which ones it is. So I hope it was helpful. After you're done, just make sure you put everything back together. My car's a little bit dirty right now, but yeah, if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. And yeah, just for this part, I was a bit confused because it was a bit different than the other side, but just pull a few clips out and you should be able to tell which one it is. So you just put everything back, put this one first, put the little nut on there, and then after you remove your door, make sure this is left a little bit stretched out so you don't have any problems with it, because it does get really hard. Then put some WD-40 on the bolts or something so it doesn't squeak. And yeah, that should be everything. Pretty easy and pretty quick. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments. And thank you guys for watching. Hope it helps someone.